I had another video queued up and I was going to release it, but I will release it later on in the afternoon or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But I got word that our friend, a mentor to me and many other people there, one of the kindest, sweetest guys I've ever known. And I know he had a tough exterior and he hated the ATF, which is always a good thing. But Richard Hoffman of BWE Firearms, the master of the Uzi, somebody who was a real big part of the community. He passed away yesterday from his cancer. His suffering is over now. His family, they're mourning, but they are grateful for us, and they know how so many people in the community really cared for Richard, and he will always be the Hoff. There's so many funny stories that we can tell from his dealings with the ATF, just his everyday thing. And he played this really tough character, and he was a really tough guy, but he was also a guy that was always there for you to call on him if you needed anything. He was there when my dad died. He was there for me. He's been there for me for a lot of different times, and I'm going to miss him. We lost a huge part of the gun community, and I know he touched my life, and he touched other people's life. He touched Rich's life and Dark's life and all those guys. And if you only knew him from his appearances, you didn't know the man. The man had a side where he totally cared for his friends. I mean, his friends and family was his life. His wife, Mickey, who passed away a year ago, she was his life. His kids, Nick and Amanda, he cared for them. The amount of care that he showed for them is just amazing. When he was in his final days, he wasn't worried about himself at all. He never said, woe is me or anything like that. He said, I'm worried for my kids. And he was worried for his kids. That's why we started the Gibson Go, which I'm going to link down below. And he was worried about them, and he just wanted them not to have to worry about funeral costs or anything like that. So we're still a little ways away from the total, because that's not cheap at all. But if you could, anything in the memory of the Hoff, gives them Richard Hoffman, the guy that IWI called when they had issues with Uzis, the master of the machine gun, one of the kindest people I know, one of the greatest people I've ever met in my life, has gone home, and I will always miss him. I'm going to say a little prayer for him, not on stream or on camera, whatever, but if you could pray for his family, pray for him, or if you're not into the really religious stuff, just keep him in your thoughts. When you see your dad or mom, 'cause I lost my dad about a year ago to cancer, and cancer is terrible. You see your family member, your dad or your mom, or if they're still with you, just give them a hug. Tell them that you love them, because you just never know when the last day is going to be. When you get called home, I mean, that's it. And I'll miss them. And yeah, I'm making this video because Amanda, his daughter, asked me to let the community know. And this is one of the hardest things I've done. All right, guys. The day, it's like, 2 years to the day my niece died. And my dad died on the 27th of this month. And Richard Hoffman has passed. And yeah. Okay. All right. That's it. Bye.